Welcome to Larry Reedy's America. This is episode H17, September 6th, This Day in History. And we're going to start off, I'm going to have to read a little of this because this is a big deal. In 1620, Mayflower departs England. So let me read. I'm going to try not to skim this because there's not much going on, but part of this is really interesting. On September 16th, 1620, the Mayflower sails from Plymouth, England, bound for the Americas with 102 passengers. The ship was headed for Virginia, where the colonies, half religious dissenters and half entrepreneurs, had been authorized to settle by British Crown. However, stormy weather and navigational errors forced the Mayflower off course, and on November 21st, the Pilgrims reached Massachusetts, where they founded the first permanent European settlement in New England in late December. 35 of the Pilgrims were members of the radical English separatist church who traveled to America to escape the jurisdiction of the Church of England, which they found corrupt. 10 years earlier, English persecution had led a group of separatists to flee to Holland in search of religious freedom. However, many were dissatisfied with economic opportunities in the Netherlands, and under the direction of William Bradford, they decided to immigrate to Virginia, where an English colony had been founded at Jamestown in 1607. And then it goes on to read about the thing that's amazing. uh, You know, 107 people, or whatever, they crossed the Atlantic in a 90-foot ship. I mean, it must have just been, you must have been just one on top of the other. Just a very small ship. It had to be some rough sailing, and well, it's part of history. It's a big deal. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that before uh, before we got into there's only, I don't know why this was uh, such a September 16th is such a slow day, but let's see what else happened. In 2013, a gunman kills 12 in D.C., Washington, D.C., Navy Yard massacre. I remember that. I have to read up on it, but maybe I'll skim it a little bit because, again, we'll see how it goes. In 1810, Mexican War of Independence begins. 1977, opera star Maria Callas dies. Wonderful voice. 1893, settlers raced to claim land in Oklahoma. That was a big deal. In 1845, a suspected Christian spy is murdered. I'll have to check that out. I don't know if maybe we'll go back to that. In 1908, this is one of the big deals of the century, and William Durant creates General Motors. Wow. 1940, the United States imposes a draft for World War II. In my opinion, they never should have stopped the draft. Although in the draft, you get a lot of people that really shouldn't be in the Army. And with an all-volunteer Army, the thing is you kind of get the best of the best because they're in there because they want to be, they want to learn. They're great protecting the country. But if the military starts falling short of what we need, definitely the draft, but make sure that everybody's tested. Don't get some bum in that doesn't want to be there. And there's plenty of people that if they were drafted, they'd welcome it because the draft was only 2 years when I joined the Army. Regular Army was 3 years. Just for the fun of it, I really want to see why this Christian spy is murdered. It says Phineas Wilcox is stabbed to death by a fellow member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Nauvoo, Illinois. Oh, both Mormons, unbelievable. Because he is believed to be a Christian spy. How insane is that? This is a lengthy one. I'm going to come back and read it, but I'm going to read it off air because I want to go out at about 17 minutes or 7 minutes, and we're at 6.5 now. I really hope you're enjoying this because I think it's a bevy of information. They got wonderful stories, wonderful videos on history.com. If you're ever bored or you're in the house this coming winter on a wintry day, instead of watching the tube, hit this History Channel. You're going to find something that's really important to you. You can skim it till you find it. But anyway, we're at 7 minutes, so it is time for the national anthem. Thanks for listening. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And I will talk to you on the next podcast.